These future classics are already shaping a generation. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Gen Z movies. For this list, we'll be looking at films where the characters and subjects directly tie into the interests of Generation Z, which generally consists of people born between the mid to late 90s and early 2010s.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Malcolm Adekambi. I'm a straight-A student with nearly perfect SAT scores. I taught myself how to play guitar and read music. I have stellar recommendations and diverse extracurricular activities.
Number 10. The Hate You Give.
Is it for failing to signal my lane change or for failing to turn down my music? Which one?
Sir, out of the car now!
Racism, unfortunately, isn't restricted to generations of the past. Gen Z has grown up surrounded by heated racial tensions, and few films do a better job of conveying this than The Hate You Give.
It's okay, Scott. Star, you breathe. Just breathe, okay, baby?
Alrighty, he's clean.
Based on Angie Thomas's young adult novel, the film stars Amandla Stenberg as a 16-year-old African-American who witnesses a friend die as a result of racial profiling and police brutality. What ensues is an emotional roller coaster that's often heartbreaking, occasionally hopeful, and always relevant.
We see it all, and we will not stop until the world sees it too!
The film came out a couple of years after the Black Lives Matter movement formed and has only gained more prominence in the wake of the George Floyd protests. Years from now, Gen Z will look back at The Hate You Give as a haunting time capsule.
No matter how loud we shout, they refuse to hear us.
Number 9. Blockers.
Would cops drink with underage kids? No.
Okay.
What about a little chugging contest?
Yeah. Bring it.
Blockers is to Gen Z what American Pie was to millennials. Where American Pie centered on teenage boys trying to lose their virginities on prom night, Blockers shifts to a female perspective.
You can't teach someone not to try things, okay? That's what trying things is for, to teach you things. It's a contradiction.
While the humor is unapologetically crude, Blockers addresses peer pressure, coming out, and the first time in a surprisingly wise manner. The three main girls share a genuine rapport, whether they're speaking in person or texting eggplant emojis.
So there's something about an eggplant handshake.
Eggplant agreement.
Yeah, they got an agreement to make eggplant parmesan.
No, eggplants are dicks in teenage emoji language.
What?
Of course, the film is just as much about their parents, who are progressive but still highly protective. For all of their uproarious shenanigans, the parents do learn a valuable lesson about trusting their daughters to know when they're ready. The film isn't just about the loss of virginity, but also letting go in general.
It was just really nice what you said. It's good. It's good.
They mean it.
Thanks. I feel like Phil Jackson when he was coaching the Bulls.
Number 8. Teen Spirit.
Thanks for the ride.
Hey, I'm Vlad.
Nice to meet you.
Many Gen Z kids share a common dream of pop superstardom, having been raised on singing competition shows. Teen Spirit isn't a flight of fantasy like Gem and the Holograms, however. It's a grittier film that never glorifies the music business or the young adult experience.
You're an inexperienced performer, with a Polish name and a posh accent, entering a competition that relies on the public vote.
Even the musical segments have a grounded sense of realism, although director Max Minghella still brings a strong visual flair to the equation. At the center of the film is a raw performance from Elle Fanning as Violet, an aspiring singer who finds herself at a pivotal moment in life.
Going to the finals.
While Violet lights up the stage, it's her honest relationships with her manager and mother that give Teen Spirit a unique voice. Number 7. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
Rachel's been diagnosed with leukemia. They just found out.
The terminal romance genre, as some have called it, has seen a surge of popularity that's coincided with the rise of Generation Z. Where many of these films lean heavily into soap opera territory, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl brings out the comedy in tragedy.
What is that noise?
It's a regretful polar bear.
This approach, oddly, makes the characters and their circumstances feel more relatable. While the film is full of laughs, it doesn't shy away from the very real hardships that come with cancer. Leukemia isn't the only disease that plagues our young protagonists, however. Isolation is the true illness at the root of this story.
Get out of here, Greg. You've done your time. You don't have to hang around with a sick girl anymore.
How can you even say that to me?
The central relationships strike the perfect balance of heart, humor, and honesty, showing how important it is to have a close friend or two. Number 6. Booksmart.
We chose. We didn't party because we wanted to focus on school and get into good colleges. And it worked. But the irresponsible people who partied also got into those colleges. They did both.
Booksmart has been described as Gen Z's answer to Superbad. And not just because it stars Beanie Feldstein, Jonah Hill's sister. Beanie and co-star Caitlin Dever make for one of the best duos in recent teen comedies. They're so similar in some respects and complete opposites in others, which only adds the spontaneity of their crazy night out. Although we've seen this formula in other teen movies, Booksmart possesses a distinctly Gen Z voice.
How old are you, by the way?
Does not matter!
Okay, that voice did not make you sound older, so you're basically children.
Instead of relying on stereotypes, the characters have layers rarely seen in high school movies. A slacker can have ambitions, and an overachiever can have a wild side. The way the film portrays LGBTQ+ relationships feels especially modern. Although, the real love story here is the one between two lifelong friends.
Love you. Love you.
Number 5. The Edge of 17.
How was your weekend?
It was below average.
Haley Steinfeld is one of the most versatile actresses to come out of Gen Z, and The Edge of 17 is irrefutable proof. In some respects, Steinfeld's Nadine exemplifies the worst traits often stereotypically associated with Gen Z. She's whiny, sarcastic, and wrapped up in her own world. Yet, Steinfeld brings an authenticity to the character that makes her impossible to dislike.
What are you doing?
Giving you half my cookie.
Why?
Make you feel better. Jesus.
What's more, we understand where Nadine's angst is coming from. While not all of us grew up with a Pedro Sanchez haircut, Nadine's confusion and insecurities feel all too real, as do the various awkward situations she finds herself in.
Say something. Oh my God, say something, please help me!
This film understands that for a contemporary 17-year-old, nothing is more mortifying than accidentally sending an explicit text. Number 4. Dope.
But you know, the spirit of the music was definitely still 90s. I mean, Takes a Nation, Straight Outta Compton, Paid in Full was ahead of their time. Then you got Snoop, Biggie, Wu-Tang. They took the game to the next level.
We're not sure if future generations will have any idea what Bitcoin is, but Gen Z definitely remember a time when this cryptocurrency was all the rage. Bitcoin is just one of the many modern innovations that the young characters in Dope use to their advantage.
There's these sites where you can sell everything from fake credit cards to illegal guns and drugs, and they use Bitcoin so they can't be traced.
At the same time, the characters are obsessed with 90s nostalgia, listening to old-school audio cassettes and dressing as if they just walked off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air set. The film has one foot in the past and the other in the present, which sums up Gen Z to a T. Dope also thoughtfully explores what it's like to be a person of color in today's world, as well as what it's like to be a geek. Number 3. SpiderMan Homecoming.
Okay, so the craziest thing just happened, right? I started a fight with Captain America and I stole his shield and I threw it at him, and he's big now, I gotta go. Hang on.
Spider-Man has been brought to the silver screen multiple times, but Tom Holland's depiction stands out as a clear product of Gen Z. Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker didn't have to worry about cracking his smartphone. Just as Peter has evolved with the times, the same can be said about characters like Flash Thompson, who's more in line with modern bullies than the ones from the 80s.
Flash, I need your car on your phone.
Sir, technically this is my dad's car, sir, so I can't...
While more contemporary than past interpretations, Holland nails all of the qualities that have made Spidey timeless. Homecoming and its 2019 follow-up are also the first Spider-Man movies to truly capture the high school experience.
Oh, Angie, I'm so sorry. I had this plan, this stupid plan, and I wrote it all down, and I was gonna buy you this and give it to you in Paris at the top. And you kissed me.
If a 15-year-old were actually bitten by a radioactive spider, we'd imagine they'd get wrapped up in a similar web of crime fighting and teen drama.
Can I give you some advice? You gotta get better at this part of the job.
Number 2. Love, Simon.
I'm just like you. I have a totally, perfectly normal life. Except I have one huge-ass secret.
This generation may be more accepting than previous ones, but coming out can still be a very difficult experience. In Simon Spears' case, it's a journey of self-discovery that takes him to complicated, yet ultimately heartfelt places.
I'm gay.
Honey.
And I don't want you guys to think anything different. I'm still me.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Love, Simon had the distinction of being the first major Hollywood film centered on a gay teenage love story. In addition to its progressive romance, Love, Simon is also quite timely in its depiction of how contemporary teenagers fall in love. For much of the film, Simon only communicates with the mysterious Blue via email. Not every romance that starts online ends well. For Simon, however, the digital age provides him with a platform to express himself in ways that he struggles to articulate in person.
Are you disappointed that it's me?
No.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Fault in Our Stars, a definitive Gen Z tearjerker.
There's a beautiful quote in Gus's home that reads, "If you want the rainbow, you have to deal with the rain."
To All the Boys I've Loved Before, a rom-com for every Gen Z slumber party.
I'd always fantasized about falling in love in a field, but I just never thought it'd be the kind where you played lacrosse.
Alex Strangelove, a love triangle tailored towards Gen Z.
Come here. Over there? Yeah, over here.
Good Boys, a raunchy yet heartfelt Gen Z comedy.
She's not a skank. She's the love of my life. You take that back.
Hey, no karate!
Stop fighting! You should never call a woman a skank. You should never call a woman anything.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, 8th grade.
And make sure to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you for watching. Gucci.
With his feature directorial debut, Bo Burnham proves that he might be Gen Z's equivalent to John Hughes. Coming from a hugely successful YouTube background, Burnham is among the few filmmakers who truly understands how Gen Z communicates. Like many other kids transitioning from middle school to high school, Kayla Day is at her most comfortable when she's talking through text messages and webcams. While Kayla freely speaks her mind on YouTube, attending a pool party overwhelms her with social anxiety. Burnham's dialogue is only made more genuine thanks to actress Elsie Fisher, who naturally slips into the role of Kayla. 8th grade isn't afraid to take its audience to uncomfortable places, but viewers are rewarded with enlightening life lessons they don't teach at school.
You made me brave. And if you could just see yourself how I see you, which is how you are, how you really are, how you always have been, I swear to God, you wouldn't be scared either.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.